gang? Thanks again for tuning in to City Vibes. Hey, let's take a sneak peek into some of the things that we're gonna check out this week. Don't touch that dial. Go grab yourself some popcorn, put down the remote control, and get ready for another edition of City Vibes. Let's roll it.
Welcome to City Vibes. I'm your host, Stephanie Ponte, and as usual, we'd love to encourage you to invite us to any events that you know of around the city, because this show is broadcasted specially for you. If you would like to invite us, call the number below or email us at cityvibes@telus.ca. Now, the first bit we've got for you is with Mitch and Chad, and they are at the IIHF World Junior Championships.
Hello and welcome to the very first installment of The Chit Show on City Vibes. I'm Chad Coughlin, the Ch.
And I'm Mitch Bach, the Itch.
We're here at Canada Olympic Park for the Team Canada World Junior Selection Camp. It's a great atmosphere here today. Mitch, what do you think?
Oh, I think the atmosphere here is great, Chad. It's great to see how many guys are still coming out supporting hockey, even if the NHL is in a bit of a rebuttal right now. And you know, the atmosphere here is insane. There's so many fans here, they're losing their minds because these juniors are striving for a chance to represent their favorite country, their only country. And really, it's great to watch.
And all the fans are here today to cheer on Team Canada, who's leading 2-0 against CIS. And all the players are looking for those last few spots to make the team, as the selections will be made later today. Let's go talk to some of the fans, maybe some of the players, and see what we've got in store.
I'm here with Craig Conroy, ex-NHLer and current member of the Flames organization. So tell us, Craig, what do you think of the hockey that you're seeing here so far?
You know, it's exciting. You get to see so many of the top players, and surprisingly how well the Canadian university teams have played against them. I mean, I kind of thought it was going to be the other way around, where the first game Canadian team won and university, and now today, you know, it's back in the Team Canada side.
Right. And so how do you think Team Canada is going to fare this year in Russia?
You know what? They got some good players. I mean, it's going to, in a short tournament, though, it comes down to goaltending. I mean, actually, Subban let in a couple easy ones, but maybe he's getting that out of his system. But you know what? They got great players. They're deep. They're going to have 4 lines, you know, 7 defensemen, and goaltending's not going to be an issue. So they're going to be one of the top teams definitely heading into it here. But, you know, I think the other night, the red-white game, you really saw it. This building was full. It was 5 deep, and, you know, everybody in Calgary just loves their hockey.
All right, thank you so much, Craig.
Thanks for having me.
37 of Canada's top junior hockey players were invited to participate in this year's selection camp. Of the 37, 23 players get an official invite and represent Team Canada in the 2013 World Juniors held in Ufa, Russia. Canadian junior and current member of the Edmonton Oilers, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, says this year, expectations for bringing home the gold are high.
Just like Canada, we expect the best. So, I mean, we're going to go over there with the mindset of winning gold, and I mean, nothing else is going to really be up to standards.
Team Canada is a favorite for winning the championship, even though Canadian gold has been rare as of late. 2009 marks the last year the Canadian team won the championships. For City Vibes, I'm Mitch Bach.
Thank you, guys. That was Mitch and Chad, and they did a phenomenal job. Now, if you can see to the left, I have the beautiful Rocky Mountains, and to my right, downtown Calgary. And throughout the show, we'll give you a few different perspectives of the city. Now, for the next bit, we're going to take it to Jose, who is at the Olympic Park, for the Zombie Walk.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy Camila right here for City Vibes. Today we're here at Olympic Plaza for Calgary's Zombie Walk. Now, what is Calgary's Zombie Walk all about? What these cats are doing, they're going from here at Olympic Plaza, walking through a set route all the way to Shaw Millennium Park. Now, I'm here with Nurse Kari, Francis, and Alan that are getting a little close to me. I'm getting a little uncomfortable because I've never been this close to zombies before. So let me tell you something. We're going to take a walk here, and I'm going to try to get through this in one piece because these guys are getting a little hungry. We'll see you guys in a bit. What's happening, guys? We're here with Zoe and Jack, who are part of the organization crew with this whole event. This is a zombie walk. What is this called? What is this event called?
This is pretty much the Calgary Zombie Walk.
Official Calgary Zombie Walk.
The official Calgary Zombie Walk. Okay, so others have tried to emulate this, but it hasn't.
Well, not
Actually,
yet.
no, there has been.
Has there?
Yeah, in summer, like a few summers ago.
I remember that, yeah. Well, we're going to shut them down because we're official. Remember that, everyone.
Kind of wanted to do so there's that sense of community and everybody, you can be a
What
part
are
of this
they? Like-
no matter what.
Zombies are like sweets, like everybody likes them. I don't know, I like them. I think most people like them. Even if you don't like them, they're terrified of them and they're intrigued by them, right? Like,
Hey, no matter what, whether you love them or hate them, you're going to watch. You're going to pay attention.
Too. Everybody can get together. and
you
dress
do
up.
get a few naysayers though. You do get people, because we stop at the skateboard park, right? That's where we end. And you do get a few people that don't like that we end there, but I feel they're just a real spoil sport that wants to ruin the fun for everything else.
Yeah, there's always
And
those.
there's the 1% that does that.
Absolutely. October in Canada is synonymous with two prominent dates, Thanksgiving and Halloween. Now, what's Halloween without a little bit of scare? Calgary is obviously a very diverse mixture of people, cultures, and tastes. And one event that has caught fire in terms of popularity is the annual Zombie Walk that runs every year in October. The walk that runs from Olympic Plaza to Shaw Millennium Park was an incredible display of makeup, creativity, and all-out terror.
Thank you, Jose. Now, for those of you who don't know what the Zombie Walk is, let me tell you a little bit about it. It started on Facebook, all with the social media, and over about 500 people showed up and started doing the Zombie Walk all the way to 17th Ave. So it was really cool to see. Now we're going to take it away to a Lego competition with Andrea Montgomery.
Hi, you've got Andrea Montgomery for City Vibes, and I'm down at the Silver Spring Community Association for the 7th annual Bricks for Kids Lego competition. There are all sorts of artists here from age 3 to adult, and I'm standing with Mr. Lego, who has just reminded me that over 400 million Lego blocks have been built since 1950. In fact, every year, Lego makes more mini tires than any real size manufacturer in the world. So we're going to walk around and we're going to take a look at the competition. It's pretty steep. Let's go. Hi Calgary, this is Andrea Montgomery for City Vibes, and I'm down at the Silver Spring Community Center for the 7th annual Lego competition sponsored by Bricks for Kids as well as the Silver Springs Community Association. Now with me I have Janet Limer, and she's going to tell me a little bit about the engineer, guest judges, and who's going to be looking around and judging these pieces of work and engineering masterpieces.
Absolutely, Andrea. Thanks for coming out.
Not a problem.
So this event is the 7th annual Lego competition. It's co-hosted by Silver Springs and Scenic Acres, two joint communities up in the Northwest. The major sponsors were Bricks for Kids, which is a franchisee for camps that build Lego and classes and whatnot in southern Alberta, as well as IMV Projects, which is one of the world's largest engineering firms. So today we were very fortunate to have Kirk Kennedy and the Chief Operating Officer from IMV Projects, Deb, as well as Beth Thompson from Bricks for Kids. And we also had our resident Lego expert, Troy Marshall from Scenic Acres. He actually works at the Lego store, and he comes out and guides us all on what's a kit and what's a mega block, because we do have specifications. They have to be built with Lego unless they're under the age of 4. The 2 to 4 category can build with Duplo. That's fine. It's kind of like Lego's baby brother, but it's much bigger. We have 190 entries this year, which is fabulous. They range from ages 2 to 18, and we have 4 different categories. We have buildings and structures, vehicles and transportation, animals and figurines, as well as creative. So they can just build anything they want. What we ask is that it not be one of the kits that you can buy at the store. So the entries were only $5 each for the children to bring in, and they were judged this morning at closed doors. Part of our volunteers that came out to judge as well were some University of Calgary engineering students, as well as a group called the Northwest Youth Volunteers, who are based out of Scenic Acres, and they come out and help us with all kinds of events. And these are university and high school students as well.
Okay, excellent. That's great. Let's have a look at what we've got to see around here. Thank you.
Thank you.
So I am here with Fernando, one of the Lego geniuses around the blocks, and he's going to tell me what he's built here.
It's really mostly a fight. There's mostly everybody tried to do that.
So we have Batman and Thor and Iron Man. Which one is your favorite?
Captain America.
Captain America. And how long did it take to build this for you?
A week.
A week. Is that just going every day or?
Yeah.
So what is your favorite part? What's the hardest part here?
The hardest part was to put all these in like the shape of like the fighting.
Yeah. Well, there's some great action. What's this up here? Is this a control room or?
Yeah, that's Batman's house.
That's his house. Well, thank you, Fernando. So I'm standing here with Ben Stevenson, who I've been told is the master Lego maker. He's created a piece that's about, how big is this piece?
It's 100 inches long by 20 inches wide. It has about 30,000 pieces in it.
And how long did it take for you to build this one?
Well, I started building in August, and it showed for the first time in November, so between 3 and 4 months.
And I'm thinking the question on everyone's mind is, how do you get it from place to place?
Well, it breaks down into 5 20-inch by 20-inch segments, and then I put them into plywood boxes, and I'm actually able to pile the whole thing into the back of my hatchback in one trip.
Oh, wow. Okay, so I really want to know, what does it take to be a Lego master? Do you have any special training or?
No, I don't have any special training. It just takes lots of brick.
Lots of brick.
Lots and lots of bricks.
Okay, let's have a look at what else we can find around here.
Now, who hasn't played with Legos? This competition was pretty outstanding as ages ranged from 4 to 14. This is the 7th year this competition takes place in Calgary, and the competitors get bigger and bigger. There's over 100 this year. Now, would you believe me if I told you that Superman wasn't entirely American? That maybe he was Canadian? Let's find out.
We all know him as the Man of Steel. He is bulletproof, has X-ray vision. Superman is a foreigner to Earth. But what is his true conception? Where does he truly hail from? And how did his creation story come about? We believe he was invented in the States, but that is only part of the story. Superman was inspired by the creative minds of American writer Jerry Siegel and the Canadian artist Joe Shuster. Canadian, you say? Yes, Canadians take partial credit for one of the world's best-known superheroes. Superman's first story took over 6 years before it was published, and none of the original first sketches of the Man of Steel were ever made public. Both Shuster and Siegel teamed up in high school, making multiple comic strip characters. But it was one tragic event that conceived Superman. Jerry Siegel's father was a victim of an armed raid at his clothing store. This was in Cleveland, Ohio, and this explains the first illustration ever published. The superhero is shown flying through the skies to rescue a shopkeeper being held by a gunman. These two men were 17 years old when they first published. Now wait, Canadian co-writers sold the rights to Superman for only $130. Yes, that's right, $130. Later, lawsuits were launched by the creators to obtain some disturbing amount from the profits Superman made. Unfortunately, none of the writers won any of them. However, we credit the Man of Steel to be part Canadian.
Now, can you believe that the rights to Superman were sold for less than $500 at the time? Unfortunately, the co-writers did not make any other famous superheroes of the time. Now, behind me, I have the tallest building in Canada, west of Canada. And we're going to take it away with Jason Langley, who is at the International Calgary Animated Objects Festival. He spoke with the director of the festival. Let's find out.
The International Festival of Animated Objects is an art festival that's held here in Calgary that's been ruffling feathers since 2003. This year's theme is pushing the boundaries of mask and puppetry. Astrid Haddad is headlining with her satirical and political cabaret dances. I'm here at Wilderness to talk to Christine Cook about what we can expect to see. Hi there, Jason Langley here for City Vibes. I'm here with Christine Cook, the curator for the International Festival of Animated Objects. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great, thanks.
So, what exactly is the International Festival of Animated Objects?
It's a celebration of mask and puppetry and animated objects, so it has a bit of a wide envelope. But essentially, it's a festival of mask and puppetry. It involves main stage performances, so theater shows, as well as film screenings and workshops, lectures, and an exhibition.
Perfect. And you have artists from all over the world coming to Calgary. Can you give us a brief synopsis of where everyone is coming from?
Yes, they're coming from the United States, from France, from Scotland, all over Canada, and from Mexico City.
For anyone watching, why should they come down to your festival?
Well, there's really something for everyone. It's a really ancient art form that kind of goes back to the beginning of time in terms of human beings' ability to tell stories. Puppetry and mask, even children, they play with puppets and dolls and things like that. So there's kind of a primal connection to this kind of art form. And we really try to program stuff that's edgy, but also things that are friendly for families and for a more general audience.
The Calgary Animated Objects Festival is an art festival that's been expanding minds of Calgarians for 12 years. The festival pushes people to see that art doesn't only hang on walls, it moves and breathes. This year's theme is very influenced by the Day of the Dead. This no doubt due to the headlining act, Astrid Haddad. Astrid Haddad uses her comedical and satirical talent of cabaret to skewer Mexico's political leaders. Philip Hubert, a world-renowned puppeteer, will also be at the festival putting on a spectacular show. The festival has everything from movies to puppet shows to workshops. This year's Animated Objects Festival is sure to be a hit, so stop by, expand your mind, and have a little fun. For City Vibes, I'm Jason Langley.
That was Jason Langley. Thank you, Jason. I am sure it was an awesome festival to go to. Now we're going to take it away to Mitch Bach, who is with Rev 52, and they're a community group that just loves to sing. Let's find out more about it.
Mitch Bach here for City Vibes. Tonight I'm down at River Park Church where dynamic music sensation Rev 52 is performing. It's a dynamic 50-voice ensemble performing some of the greatest British music in the past 5 generations. Right now I can hear My Generation is playing a classic Who song. I'm about to go and take a peek inside, sit down, and see what other great music they have in store for us.
Rev 52 performed to a sold-out crowd all 3 days at River Park Church. The group performed from January 17th to the 19th. The 50 voices were able to lift up the crowd and get a lot of people singing along with them. Rev 52 performed what they like to call London's Calling. Some of the greatest British songs from the past 5 decades were sang by the group, including hit singles from the Beatles, The Who, and the Rolling Stones.
When he does his little rounds, the boutiques of London town, eagerly pursuing all the latest fads and trends, 'cause he's a dedicated follower of fashion. Oh yes he is, oh yes he is, he thinks he is a slave.
attracted viewers of all ages, each person reliving the youth, the excitement, the humor, and the classic way of life that British people grew up on. Rev 52 doesn't believe in calling themselves a choir, but rather a voice ensemble. 50 professional singers all getting together to hammer out some of the greatest tunes in a phenomenal fashion. Each member has a raw passion for music.
In Regent Street, Leicester Square, everywhere the coronation army marches on.
The group started gaining popularity in 1995 when present composer Brian Farrell took over the group. Back then it was still called the Calgary Choral Society. They've changed their name to help reflect the modernized direction they are heading. Rev 52 sees no end in sight. For future notice, check them out. They play in Calgary a few times a year, and you won't be disappointed. For City Vibes, I'm Mitch Bach.
As fickle as can be, 'cause she's a fashion. Yes, he's a dedicated follower of fashion. He's a dedicated follower of
So what do you think of the show so far tonight?
It's terrific. I've seen them twice, and I think it's wonderful hearing such talented singers doing this type of music in a choral setting. I think the selection of songs is really creative and interesting, and I think it's just a fabulous performance.
Yeah, I think it's absolutely fantastic. Coming from the UK, it's kind of takes me back a bit.
That's great.
Oh, I thought it was fabulous. Absolutely fabulous.
Robin Hoke. I love the first Those Were the Days, because we were talking about when we were little girls. It reminded me of my parents, and it just brought back tons and tons of memories. Yeah, thank you. Thanks.
Well, Brian Farrell's my music teacher, so I love when he just goes crazy conducting the choir, and it's just really funny.
What do you think of the performance so far tonight?
I really like it.
Yeah?
Yeah, my wife's one of the singers, so I even like it better.
Oh, that's great. That's great. What part of the show have you enjoyed the most so far tonight?
Oh boy, I think "Time of the Season" was probably the song that I kind of related to. Yeah, it's from my younger years, and
Brings back some memories.
Yeah, it does. I think what's kind of neat is a lot of the people that are in the band probably weren't even born when some of the songs were being written, and they seem to enjoy it too, which is nice.
Thanks a lot.
Okay.
Members of Rev 52 have regular daily jobs, but they share one thing in common. They love to sing. Thank you, Rev 52. You guys are phenomenal, and thank you, Mitch, for covering that story. I would like to thank you guys and invite you to invite us to any events. Please email us at cityvibes@telus.ca or call the number below. I'm your host, Stephanie Ponte. Thank you for joining me today.
Tune in next week as the City Vibes crew has got more wonderful events to cover in this fantastic city. Hey, if you want to be in the know, you got to watch the show. So we will see you next week on City Vibes.